Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar. Then we'll run through the weather warnings, we'll have a look at the UKMO Operational Run, look at the precipitation temperatures. We do still have plenty of showers and some thunderstorms around as well, and then we'll have a look at the longer term, look at the GFS and the GFS and ECMWF Ensembles. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. Also do check out the channel membership, that link's in the description below as well. So we've had quite a lively sort of last 24 hours in terms of thundery activity. We saw some big thunderstorms last night. Not everywhere saw them. Some areas predicted to see them and didn't see anything at all. Some areas were predicted to see them, and we did see some significant storms. So some would call it a bust, others would call it a bit of a success. So it's always difficult, because positioning of thunderstorms is very, very difficult to say precisely, but the biggest storm cells were really towards the south of Wales into parts of central, southern and southwest England. Further eastwards, we didn't see too much in terms of active lightning strikes, but we still saw plenty of heavy rain, and that precipitation spread northwards, dumping a lot of rain. Some areas in the Midlands also seeing some thundery showers. So around sort of 3 inches of rain. So it's a lot of rainfall falling in a short period of time. But I haven't heard of any too significant disruption at this stage, luckily. That precipitation has headed northwards and sort of fizzled out a little bit, and we're still seeing a bit of heavier rain in pulses across the far north of England, but nothing too major. There is a yellow warning in force for the northeast of England, we'll have a look at it in a minute, and it's because we've got this low pressure system just out in the Netherlands, which is spiralling around, and its weather fronts are sort of going to linger in the northeast over the next day or so, dumping quite a lot of rain. We also have a thunderstorm warning for the far southwest, and we do have those thundery showers forming, but you can see it's mostly sort of darker greens and light yellows, so not too much in terms of very intense rainfall that you normally tend to see in thunderstorms. So yes, could be some thundery potential in there, but at this stage we're not seeing anything too major. So it looks like that could be a little bit of a bust in terms of thunder activity, but still plenty of precipitation there, heavy rain, and it's slow moving as well. So some areas are going to see a lot of rainfall over the next few hours. In between though, cloudy, but a little bit dry, and temperatures have been very down today. You can see across Europe still very warm air mass, and you see this big low pressure system, or localized low pressure system, but a lot of instability around, and that's why we're seeing these big thunderstorms over parts of Europe. So if we do have a look at those weather warnings, you can see we've got a yellow warning in the northeast. If we look at that now, it's from 7 p.m. tonight until 4 a.m. tomorrow. So overnight, heavy rain may cause travel disruption in a few places from that lingering wet front. Following on from a wet weather in some areas on Sunday, a further period of heavy rain is expected for some areas during Sunday evening onwards into the early hours of Monday. A further 15 to 30 millimetres of rain will fall in some places. Meanwhile, isolated rumbles of thunder are also possible in a few places, most likely near the coast. So it's a bit of thundery potential potentially mixing in there. So high likelihood, lower end of the impact scale, so very likely we see precipitation, but just its impacts potentially not quite high in terms of rainfall. Only 15 to 30 millimetres, so it's just a decent amount, but nothing too crazy. If you have a look at for the thunderstorm warning, you see heavy showers and thunderstorms are likely to break out this afternoon. You see this warning does expire midnight tonight, so not too long left, sort of 5 hours or so. Perhaps merging to give longer spells of rain in places, more especially later in the afternoon this evening. Torrential downpours are expected at times, with 15 to 30 millimetres of rain falling in an hour or so, with some spots seeing 30 to 40 millimetres perhaps building up over a few hours in a few places. These showers will then fade during the course of this evening, but only slowly in some areas, especially of South Wales, the West Country and the South Midlands. You can see high impact, low likelihood. So if these storms had formed, or at least if they do form, it will be very high impact, but it's unlikely. There is a low chance of it, but a big enough probability to warrant a weather warning. So in this area, there could be more thunderstorms coming this evening, but at the moment, we're not seeing anything too major. So if we do now have a look at the latest from the UK Met Office run, looking at precipitation and temperature over the next sort of 5 days, now you can see that precipitation heading northwards and sort of disbanding a bit over the course of this afternoon, just turning more into moderate patchy rain. And then you can see those thundery showers in the far southwest spiralling up, potentially turning a little bit into thunderstorms there, but again, very iffy whether we do see anything major with that. Before it does spread northwards, and you can see that precipitation in the far northeast coming in off the North Sea, quite heavy and lasting quite a period of time as well. Beyond that, we do generally just see through Monday afternoon things are a little bit cloudy for northern areas. Further southwards, some brighter spells, but some heavier showers potentially breaking out in that. If we look to Tuesday afternoon, you can see a weather front approaching from the west, some heavy thundery rain within that as well. Further eastwards, we do see some sunshine and some scattered heavy showers. Beyond that, through Wednesday, that weather front moves through, and we just go into sunshine and showers for Wednesday afternoon. Especially in the morning, we're seeing those showers. Afternoon, perhaps those showers clearing in the south, turning into a decent day perhaps for some. Beyond that, and as we head into Thursday, again, a bit of a weather front moving in, but nothing too significant. Just some lighter rain and some thicker clouds. I'm not expecting anything too major there. So it does look like there is more precipitation to come over the coming days, and it's just something we do need to keep an eye on. Now, if we run through to the afternoon, this afternoon you can see temperatures are struggling in quite a few areas, really only sort of 10 to 12 degrees under thick cloud and precipitation, but in some areas, especially across the north of Scotland, getting towards 19, 20, 21 degrees, well, we do see some sunshine. Northern Scotland has got the best weather at the moment. It's contrast for a lot of the time of the year when Northern Scotland is much worse than further southwards, but it's a bit of a flip at the moment. Beyond that, as we head into Monday afternoon, you see those temperatures rising a little bit more, potentially 20 degrees in the far south, but still across the Midlands we have cloud lingering and some showers, 12, 13, 14 degrees. It's going to be very variable on cloud amount and precipitation as well. As we head through to Tuesday afternoon, you can see with more sunshine around, widespread warming conditions getting towards that 19-20 sort of region. Some areas getting up towards 22 or 23 degrees potentially in the far southeast. And you can see through Wednesday it is broadly similar. Widespread, sort of 18 to 20 degrees, especially further south and eastwards, maybe 21, 22 degrees in a few spots. And if we run to Thursday, again, very similar, perhaps even more widespread warmth, between 20 and 23 degrees, quite widely. So very decent indeed for this coming week in terms of temperatures, but there will still be plenty of cloud and precipitation around in terms of showers and some weather fronts as well, potentially on Wednesday. So we do still have some rain around. So it's not going to be beautiful sunshine for all. There will be some sunny, warm weather, but not likely for all at all times. So if we do finish the video by just having a look at the longer range, look at the GFS and the GFS Ensembles and the ECMWF Ensembles. So if we do have a look at the GFS run at the moment, you can see we do have that little low pressure just to our south and southeast, high pressure to our north, warmer air pushing up from the south, but that low pressure engaging with it, giving heavy showers and thundery weather. Beyond that, it does look like things will be going more westerly. You see low pressure running in from the west, not completely dominating, but especially further westwards, giving precipitation around, especially towards next weekend, perhaps towards North Scotland, before in the longer term you start to see high pressure trying to build back in, but still little low pressure systems mixing in there, which could mean more thunderstorms around. Beyond that, you do see generally high pressure out of the Atlantic, northerly winds coming in, and yeah, doesn't look too bad in terms of major precipitation, but there will still be plenty of showers, and with a bit of a north to northwesterly flow, it could be chilly at times. Look at those upper air temperatures. You can see they're not amazingly cold, but coming in from that wind direction, north to North Atlantic, sort of 5 to 10 degrees at 850 HPA coming from the northwest is much cooler than it coming from the southeast, for example. If we do run it back and just have a look, when we do see some of those low pressure systems move up, you can see very warm air just to the east of this low pressure in just over a week's time, and that could again fuel big storms. So there is still things we need to watch out for over the next couple of weeks. It doesn't look completely horrible, but it doesn't look completely rain-free, thunderstorm-free, and it doesn't look completely warm either. There will be bouts of cooler days with cloud and rain, but there also hopefully will be plenty of sunny days with warm weather as well. So if we do finish the video by having a look at the ensembles, you can see generally though, the temperatures are around average from the GFS ensembles, and we do have moderate precipitation. Nothing crazy, but nothing very small either. Quite a few precipitation spikes, but nothing too major. So very much a showery sort of regime. So there'll be some drier, warmer days. There will be some cooler, wetter days around. And again, not much deviation on those upper air temperatures either. So it's pretty consistent from most of the ensembles. We have a look at the 2 meter temperatures. Just have a look at the general trend in the long term. You can see high teens, low 20s. That's what it's going to be really. Where we see some warmer sunshine, could get towards 25 degrees. Where we see more cloud and rain, more towards 15 degrees or so. So if we do finish the video, but just have a look at the ECMWF ensembles, just briefly. The midnight run, you can see again, very similar. Generally around average. In the longer term, there is a bit more spread, but of course 50 ensemble members, so there is going to be some more outliers there. And again, very similar in precipitation. Perhaps more precipitation towards the middle of June, around that sort of 13th to 19th period, showing more precipitation there than we were seeing from the GFS. But again, that could just be a few outliers showing more of a very westerly flow with a lot more unsettled conditions, because generally temperatures are around average and precipitation is not massive, but still there. So a lot of showers to come and potentially some thundery showers. But as I said, there'll be warmer days. There will be temperatures getting up into the mid-20s. Not too bad, but we'll just have to see how it does play out. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.